I have this Bilt 28-inch cut dual blade rear wheel drive lawnmower, and it has a 195cc MTD engine in it. And for about the first year I've had no problems. I did all the regular maintenance, but this year I'm having cold start issues. I took the carburetor apart, checked it out, everything is good. Even the spark plug is good. The ignition coil is good. But this thing will not start. But I figured something out, and you will too if you watch this episode of Do It Step by Step. Here we have a cold motor, and with a cold motor we look at this linkage, and the linkage has tension to the left and requires pressure to make the linkage move to the right. My theory is this is the automatic choke, and it's not disengaging quick enough for the first cold start. This results in flooding the combustion chamber. To prove my theory, I decided to try and pull start the motor with the linkage engaged to the right. And we had success. The motor started. I just finished mowing the front yard, so the motor is nice and warmed up. Let's take a look at that linkage and see what's going on here. If you notice, there's a lever and it's leaning to the right. It's holding the tension on that linkage to the right. That must be the automatic choke for this system. Once it's warmed up, it holds the choke open. Let's do a warm start and see how this motor starts. One pull. Now that it's running, let's take a closer look at the linkage and see how that thing is performing. If you notice, the linkage is all to the right. All the tension is to the right. Now if I move it with my finger to the left, let's see if we can get it to bog out. If we can get it to bog out, like there, we know that the choke is closing and allowing more fuel to get into the system and not enough air. So that is the automatic choke engaging and disengaging. Let's take the top off and take a closer look at this linkage. With the motor cooled down, I pulled the top off. For your information, that's the fuel filter. If you need to replace it, it's right there. You got to take that top off. And that's the ignition coil. Ohmed out and regapped. Good to go. Now, if we look at the linkage, it's right here. And with the motor cooled down, it is retracted back to the left. Pressure is required to move it to the right or to the unchoked position. Yeah, see that little lever? That's connected to the automatic choke. It pushes that black paddle right there. When the motor's turning, it forces air to hit that paddle, which opens up the choke to disengage it. When the motor heats up, that mechanism right there moves the rod to hold that paddle in the unchoked position. I'm going to take out that automatic choke to see what it looks like. I've removed the 10mm bolts and nuts and was able to slide out the automatic choke. So check this out. It looks like it's a bimetallic spring that when it heats up, it moves that lever to disengage the choke. And as the spring cools down, it goes back to its rested state, which engages the choke for the next cold start. I know I didn't come up with a solution, but I hope you did learn more about your motor and the automatic choke. Hopefully in the near future, I'll figure out how to adjust the setting for the automatic choke. Until then, you can do this little trick to get your lawnmower started. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time on Do It Step by Step.